What is good, ladies and gents? Let's see how much sabotage we get on this one. It's always something annoying in the background. The last one was like some kind of clicking. So I'll see whether the microphone's going to play with us today, or whether it's just going to do its job and record sound. Hope you're all doing well. Everything's going alright for you. And yes, we've been away. It's come back, and the plants have all the 3 autos, the orange blaze mace, that's all come down now. That's all curing in jars. If you want to see what happened with that, you'll have to go to Odyssey and see the videos there, because if I show the plants here now, they'll just get age restricted, and you won't be able to see them anyway. So we just stay over there. It's all been going alright. The prototype cardboard dry box, version 1.3, and we'll keep modifying that thing as we see where there's problems until we finish it. But it's done quite well. The AC affinity fan that was connected to it basically kept the humidity and temperature to 20 degrees Celsius, and maintained a humidity of 60%, and they were just left to dry in there for 2 weeks. And yeah, doing it that way opposed to all of the other ways I've done in previous seasons seems to have worked out a lot better. When I would, like if you look back on previous videos where I've strung string up across in the attic and hung them all up to dry, or put them in bags and left them in an airing cupboard, all of these methods, or those 2 methods that I've used previously, kind of leave this hay smell. So the hay smell doesn't come out of it, and yeah, because of that, it leaves this taste throughout the rest of it while smoking it. And I couldn't figure out what the hell it was, so I went looking for different methods of drying, and drying at a controlled temperature of 20 and a humidity between 50 and 60 for 2 weeks is the way to kind of get rid of the hay smell. So that's gone from these plants, so we are progressing. This previous year's cure has not been great, and it's all well and good growing the plant, but when you've come to harvest it and you're at the drying and curing phase, that's just as important as planting the seed in the first place, and just leaving them to dry in whatever way, shape or form like I was doing before obviously wasn't very good, and this way has got rid of that smell. So I have this spliff of my cured orange, the orange punch. I tried to put a little bit less in because it's quite potent. I might have maybe smoked something before coming to do this. So yes, it's good stuff. I can't really overly say it tastes greatly of oranges. There is a citrusy type flavour to it, and it does smell good, but I haven't smoked it since it's been just sat in a jar for a week without the lid being popped to just stew in its own juices, and I had smoked it before when it was just dry, which did give this like hay aftertaste because it hadn't all come out yet. Yeah, I shall spark it up and see what it smokes like. Well, it doesn't taste like hay. It doesn't taste like skunky or hashy. It does taste like oranges. It's nice, but it's not the one that I was looking for. But it is a orange and a auto rather than it being a photoperiod plant. So in the backyard, I'll do a video probably tomorrow of what's in the backyard. I've had to snap down the Skywalker haze again because it was growing over the fence line and the very tip top of it was like poking over. So the branches have all been snapped back. The Orange Hill Special has grown quite large and I've had to snap that back again as well because that was reaching to poke over the top of the fence. So we will see. We'll see how they go. They've only just started the kind of pre-flower where they've just started to produce pistils but are still kind of in the stretch. Because that's just come up just now with the 12-12 light change. So we're on the 24th of August. So now the sun sets earlier. As the plants then kick in to go start vegging, start growing buds. So we'll go and see how the wild gardens is, how the wild gardens are. As well probably tomorrow. Give them some feed for the flowers. See how it's all gone. And I don't think well, yeah. I'm a bit disappointed. I was hoping that I'd have got somewhere in the region of 50 to 60 grams per plant dry, way under that. So depending on what happens with the rest of what's in the backyard, and also depending on whether the plants in the wild gardens get demolished, we will see what the end weight of this year is. But the 40 grams of the Banana Blaze, which smells like real good, that filled up like it's like 1.5 litre mason jar. And the other ones, the maize and the orange, both filled up 1 litre to 1/4 full, or just a bit more than that for the maize. But neither of those, well, none of those three were actually grown out fully because they started to kind of fall apart with botrytis, which wasn't the best, but such it is. So it's better to harvest them while there were still some nice buds on it, rather than let the nice buds get rotted away from the inside and then end up kind of like losing all of it. So early bud, better than no bud. We'll see how well the photoperiod varieties get on. They generally tend to be hardier than the Rudy Ellis to make the autos, and they generally grow smaller. I mean, I know that the autos kind of grew up to about 1.5 meters, but they don't grow quite as big as the photoperiod variety, which is why I've had to break the other two a couple of times. And the second round, missing the orange for the autos, the blaze and the maize, they've kind of grown up into a stick rather than branching out, so we'll see how much of a fat collar grows on that type of phenotype where it's just a long straight stick rather than having branches come out. But we shall see. Any bicles? Yeah, I'll leave a link in Odyssey, and you can have a look and see what happened to the plants and what continues to happen until the end of the season, come about October. And yeah, we'll then see what happens and what goes on. It will be interesting. It will be interesting for sure. Well, stuff will carry on until it's done, I guess. I mean, we'll see what happens in the winter. I've kind of just, I don't know, I don't really pay too much mind anymore to clusterfuck of shit that's going on around us, because I've heard it all, and now just wait and see, and be ready, I guess. Kind of hope that I've been in a slightly different position than this one, but nonetheless, we'll see what's going on. It's the general fun times keeps rolling on. Man. Well, the mycelium project is going quite well, and I've seen Growmaster Yoda has started some mushroom grow videos. I can't watch them because they're age restricted, like pretty much all the videos on YouTube. So I see the picture of the video pops up, and that's as much as I can see. Yeah, they are an interesting thing. I found it really quite difficult with them. I think from doing more research, it's about patience and not touching it. The more that you kind of touch and fuck around with it, it kind of gets upset and doesn't want to grow properly. So we've had I think maybe about 30 grams, which is not the best in the entire world, from the substrates that I've grown, and I think I've got about maybe 12 or so grams dried from some quite large mushrooms that did grow. And then I got another tub, and that tub is starting to come up. So hopefully we'll get something slightly better off that attempt, because it's kind of it's a bit of a draining process doing mycology. It's like you either have a choice of kind of buying your grow medium ready done, so it's already been through the pressure cooker, or you can do it yourself, and you can buy rye berries or rye grain and boil it and then pressure cook it yourself, and it takes time. Then you inoculate, and it basically takes about anywhere up to 8 weeks for it to colonise the grain, and in that time hope that you haven't got any contaminations, because contaminations ruin everything. And then once it's in the soil, and you fully colonise your grain spawn, and you lay down your soil, cocoa core or whatever, and you put the mycelium down and cover it up and then leave it to sit. That takes like another 8 weeks, and again hope that there's no contaminants, and then given the right conditions, which it seems to be kind of a not so easy thing to do, or I struggle with it, then they will start fruiting. But you've got to wait all that time without like playing with it, basically. And just leave it to sit and do its thing. And they're not quite powerful when you take them. So I took some having smoked weed, and I think that wasn't the greatest of ideas. I think like the meditative state that weed puts you in clashes with the meditative state that mushrooms put you in. So if you consume them together, it's like two conflicting meditation states. And well, basically, if you think about it, like a meditation state is anything that affects you from being completely sober. So if you feel any effect over you, then that's its meditative state that it's putting you in. So I think next time I wouldn't smoke weed and do it and eat shrooms, just do one or the other. Yes. Kind of all getting a bit screwed up really. So having to put everything over on Odyssey and not being able to do it here anymore. Slightly irritating, but it's not particularly a surprise. So I've mentioned before my feelings on YouTube. And they're super fun times. Some days. If I'll be able to film them. Camera can't zoom in enough. Oh yes, another day rolls on and we get closer to winter. I very much dislike winter. It's cold and everything's dead. It's not much fun. Generally wet and miserable and dark. But at least we've still got some time left before we get to November and the winter actually kicks in. I've still got to harvest all the plants, and with the new dry box, hopefully the curing stage will be, or the drying and curing stage will be a little less painful. You can just put them in the box and let the fan regulate the conditions inside of it. And hopefully fill up all the jars. And then next season we'll see what happens throughout the winter. Normally I don't do videos throughout the winter, and then come back in March. Oh well. Oh well. What magical things are we going to see? I mean, like, at the moment, it feels a bit like being left alone. But we'll see as it comes into the next few months how left alone that is. Already the annoyance at the people who have not decided to do certain things is increasing, and effects that have happened to people I know, which makes things slightly more interesting, but we'll see how it goes. All I know is that we carry the cross and we die for the faith, and we listen to what the Master says, not to what the craziness of the world says. Man, I don't know really what's going on with the crypto stuff. It's Pirate seems to be rising again. I was just kind of hoping that this would have happened a little bit sooner, as time is the kind of critical thing here, really, for whatever their next plan is to carry out. Whatever that may be, I don't think it's going to be friendly. And should it have happened, then I'd have been looking for some land to go and do some interesting things on. And but that seems to be the escapist, I guess. And though the long and short of it is that they eventually do come, it's not gonna make too much difference where I am, I guess, at said point in time. But the bud tastes nice, and it's another beautiful day, and we are thankful nonetheless. We listened unprepared. Days of Noah type situation. Type of situation of it is what it is. To go and look it up yourself. Can't tell you stuff and make you believe. You have to do that all on your own. It's kind of it's getting to that point really where, well, whatever shall we do? Fucking hell, man. So I will assume seen all of the, or kept up to speed to the latest of all of the crazy shit. Kind of feel like it's a bit pointless. Like it's not gonna stop. Gonna carry on. I guess the worst part about it is that it's the people who do it themselves. It's like you got told this instruction, you just blindly do it because you got told to, rather than thinking about what it is you're doing. They will be the ones that carry it all out, not the people who give the message or the instruction for them to do. in a bit. Anyway, it's a bit strange. I could hear people, and directly in front of me they popped out. So yeah, anyway, quite stoned. It's nice to have some weed back from not having anything to smoke. So it was good times. Pickles. Pickles. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, in all honesty. Just the craziness of the world. So everything gets more interesting. I'll see how well it goes here. That's the more interesting thing. But yes. Boy, oh boy. Winter's not fun. Being outside in the cold is not a joy. And having kind of nowhere to go to set something like that up, other than putting everything on my back and then carrying it. It's quite heavy, surprisingly enough. Does make things interesting. We will see how far it goes. It will literally be you can't buy food. I mean, my kind of sneaky suspicion, if you will, is that as the kind of food starts to run out in the supermarkets, I go there and see big empty holes all over the place. As that kind of carries on and gets worse, the whole idea of having this like kind of delivery service and preparing for it, and now it's in full operation, is that when it gets so bad they'll say we can only deliver you food. You won't be able to go to the supermarkets because we don't have enough to distribute around everywhere, so we'll have to control the distribution. It allows people to also not have to go to the shops, so then they can say, well, you know, you didn't need the passport anyway in order to do that, because it gets delivered to your home. But yeah, combine that with people getting sick, you've got the panic of those around you, you've got the shops are all empty, so when you see all those kind of like I'll say like zombie type movies where they go to the shops and there's stuff there, I think it will be a lot of that. Yeah, we'll see how mad it goes. I know that they've been clever though. So part of the people have been given placebo, and the other part have been given the real thing. And That's the ones who got the real thing start to fall ill. Sends off a emergency and carries on, I guess. But we shall see. Has made preparations, at least some form of preparation. Slightly fucked, really. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny, but not funny. I don't know what preparations you've been making for the super fun times ahead. See, even with all of the big protests, with all the kicking and screaming, it's still not stopped them. It's still carried on. So all I can think. What is going to happen is going to happen. You need to be ready for it. All I know is it's going to be a joy. It's going to be a joy. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I really don't. It's all gone completely fucked. I think they're talking about something where in order to log on to the internet you'll have to have some kind of government ID before you can access the interwebs. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how all that goes. But I guess really when you think about it, we wake up each day and we eat food and then go to sleep. And we do something in order to increase, I guess, the comfort in which we do that. But it's still the same thing. You wake up, you eat food, you go to sleep. So if you wake up to grow your own food and eat that and then go to sleep, is it not the same doing it anywhere? Is the question, I guess. It's just cold. It's just cold. And anything that I would choose to build structurally as well, it'd be on someone else's land, so be able to do that rather than moving through woodlands and whatever. But then growing food, that's a static job. So man. Well, I guess all I can really say is I hope your grows are going well and everything's going right for you, and you know, as this crazy shit rolls out. You're gonna have to be the one that figures your way through, I guess, and make your own choices and how you're going to deal with it. Yeah, man. If lots of people get sick, everything stops. So how can you function when everyone's sick? Oh well. Oh well, oh well. I think the battery's about to die. So anyway, we'll go and have a look out at the backyard tomorrow, and then we'll go out to the wild gardens and give them some food for the buds, see how they're doing and how big they've got, what ones have gone into flower to a point where they can be harvested or might be getting close, and carry on until the end of the season, and hopefully get a nice crop this year. That should be nice. But yeah, until next time, it's UKFN Ninja. See you all later.